I'm in the Walmart. It dawned on me the other day that I literally have not gone shopping for makeup in a drugstore. I can't even remember the last time. Maybe it's been, I don't know, more than a year. So I have no idea what's new at the drugstore. I did see a really cool video from Mel C. I'll link her video down below where she tried this new foundation from L'Oreal. So I think I'm going to pick that up. But what I thought I would do today is shop around, pick up kind of a full face of makeup, not a totally full face, but new stuff, and then take it home and we'll try it on. If you're new here, welcome in. I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything beauty, fitness, and lifestyle for the over 50 woman. I haven't done this in a long time, so this will be fun. I hope you'll consider subscribing while you're here and make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And with that, let's get shopping. Okay, this looks interesting from NYX. I think it's the packaging. Buttermelt Blush. It says butter with thyme. I guess that's better with time. This is watermelon. Not really sure what this is all about. Cute packaging though. Okay, so I guess this is a whole thing, this butter thing. So this is buttermelt glazed skin tint. They look like, oh, I like these lipsticks from NYX, the butter glosses. Have you ever tried these? These are actually pretty good. Here's the e.l.f. display. I really do like a lot of e.l.f. products. And like I said, I have no idea what's new at the drugstore. I haven't been in here in a long time. Oh, it looks like they've got a glow line as well. Glow is faux real. Get a sun-kissed look and a nourishing boost of antioxidants. Interesting. I really don't care for sunscreen in my makeup products. And it seems like almost everybody has them lately. Oh, what's this? It's a liquid blush. That's kind of interesting. That would be very creamy. Rounded grooved applicator. I like that color. Let's see. Cheeky lychee. All right, I'm going to put that in the cart. Okay, I put back the liquid blush. I was concerned that the application just wouldn't be what I would hoped it would be. So I got this e.l.f. Putty Blush in place of it, and this is in the color Tahiti. I thought that was really pretty, particularly with the spring coming up. It's a little bit of a fresher color. Here are the Milani blushes. They have a really nice line of cream blushes, and I actually have a few. This is Coral Crush. These are nice. If you haven't tried them and you're looking for a cream blush at the drugstore, those are a good choice. I found this lip liner from Milani, and it's called Cafe au Lait. And this actually looks like a cool tone liner. You know, I like that one from Maybelline called Gongrage, but this looks like it might be close. And I just want to try it because if there's another cool tone lip liner, well, I'd like to find out about it. So this is going in the cart. Here are some cream eyeshadows from Revlon in the Color Stay line. And I really am enjoying like a one and done cream eyeshadow these days. So I think I'm going to pick one of these up and give it a whirl. They're $7.47. And I'm just going to look for a nice little neutral color, which they have a ton of neutrals. Not all the colors are here. I'm going to go ahead and grab this one. It says it has a built-in brush. I don't know if I'm going to need the brush, but this is in the color Caramel. So it's kind of a more of a medium brown tone. And while I'm in the Revlon area, I'm going to pick up this Color Stay eyeliner pencil. This is what I use to tightline with. And this one is a twofer. It's like a special offer. So I get 2 of these for $7.48, which I think is a great deal. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the cart. Oh my gosh, it's been so long since I've used the Maybelline eraser, the concealer. This used to be just absolutely one of my favorites. So I'm thinking about picking this up today just because I haven't used it in so long. I'm just not sure what color to get. So this is the one I used to get. It's actually kind of a pink, and then you put it underneath your foundation to color correct those dark circles. But now I'm thinking about getting something that's more like my skin tone. So this is the shade 100, which is right here. They're $8.98. So let me see. You want to get, you know what? I think I'm going to get this one right here, shade 98, because it's a little bit of that pink tone in it. So I'm going to put this one in the cart. So here is the Lumi Le Glow tint that Mel C tried on. And it looked so pretty on her. It really actually kind of looked like a filter on her skin. It's very sheer, but it has a reflective quality to where your skin just looks kind of airbrushed. So I'm going to look through the colors here and pick one out and use that as the base foundation. So I went ahead and picked out the color 110. This is more of a cooler tone, which seems to work better for me. The one up from this, that's a little bit darker. It was sort of pink. So I think this will be better, even if it's a little bit on the lighter side. I can always warm it up with a bronzer. And then I'm also going to get this little Lumi stick from L'Oreal. It's a highlighter. And I think, what color is this? This is Eclat, Glassy Pearl Eclat. I don't know how to pronounce that. And I haven't used this at all or even seen it before, but it looks kind of fun. So we're going to go ahead and throw that one in the cart as well.
I've got all the goodies ready to go. And you know, I forgot to get one thing, and I'll talk about it in just a minute. If you're new here, welcome in. I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything beauty, fitness, and lifestyle for the over 50 woman. I hope you'll consider subscribing while you're here, and make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you want all the good stuff, you might want to sign up for my Sunday morning email newsletter. The link is in the description box down below. Every Sunday morning, I send out a very short, very sweet, very, very popular email newsletter featuring all the cool things I found throughout the week, whether it's a good sale or a great piece of information or a recipe. Whatever I would share with you if we were out together having coffee, that's what goes in the Sunday morning email newsletter. It is super popular. It is very free. The link is in the description box down below. I think you're going to love it. So I have everything ready to go right now. You know, getting all the drugstore makeup unpackaged, it's like a project. It's as if it's Fort Knox and they're trying to, you know, protect it. I don't know what the deal is. So we're going to get started. And the first thing I'm going to put on today is my Milani eyeshadow primer, which I should have gotten another container of when I was at the Walmart because mine is almost out. This is a great prep for eyeshadow, and I'm going to use it today even though I'm using a cream eyeshadow because it helps it to set down. And because I usually have a lot of skincare on my skin before I start putting on makeup, it really does help it from creasing. So I just tap it in really quickly, and almost with this, less is more. If you put on more than just a really thin coat, it starts collecting in the corners of your eyes, and then you got to blend it in, and that's no fun. Jones Road pencil. This is either in blonde or taupe, whatever their lightest color is. Even though my hair is darker these days, it used to be blonde. If you're new here, I still use the lighter color. I don't know if that will change. We'll see. I'm pretty happy with this. And the reason I like putting this on first is because it sets the parameters for, the rest of my makeup and kind of sets the tone. I always go back in with a very, very thin brow pencil at the very end and do the detail work down along the bottom of my brow, and then I'll pull the tip out a little bit. So this is just kind of the base color. Next up, I'm going to use the Catrice Under Eye Brightener. I usually use the Jones Road pencil just in those really kind of dark lines underneath my eyes, but today I want to see what the concealer looks like all on its own. I am, however, going to prep my under eyes. This is a great little product. It's super affordable, lasts forever. I've had this one maybe a year. I mean, it lasts for a long time. So I'm just going to prep my under eyes with this right here. And it brightens up the under eyes a little bit and also lays down a nice base for the concealer. Okay, I know that some of you are going to notice my ring. Isn't that cool? I want to show it to you, and good on you for noticing it. Let me show you this. It's pretty beautiful. So here's this ring right here. Isn't that pretty? This is aquamarine, the main stone, and then it has aquamarine along the sides and little chip diamonds as well. And it's set in sterling silver, and it's new, sorta new to me. Where did I get it? I thrifted it. I'm not kidding you, I did. I thrifted it, and I can't remember exactly what I paid for it. Isn't that pretty? I just cleaned it. It's so sparkly. I thrifted, I think I paid like $30 or $35 for it. I'm not kidding you. So if you don't know, and what am I doing thrifting? I started a thrift channel, a new thrift channel here on YouTube. I'm having an absolute blast doing it. So much fun. And this is one of the pieces of jewelry I thrifted when I was out. If you haven't come by and checked out the new channel, it's called Studio Kimberly. It's here on YouTube. I'll have it listed in the description box down below. So I have the thrift channel, Studio Kimberly, and I also have an online shop where I'm selling a lot of the things I thrift, some like this, I keep, at least for now. So come on over and check it out. So that's the story of my ring, because I know some of you are going, where'd that ring come from? That looks new. All right, so now, next up, I'm going to go into the concealer, and this is that OG Maybelline eraser. Remember, it used to just be in that kind of pink tone, and then they caught on that it was really popular, and then they made a whole bunch of other shades. This is a pretty light shade because I'm kind of glow in the dark. Let me see what color this is. Okay, this is color 98. But they don't say the color on the tube, it just is the number. And I think it started at like 90 and went up to 120 or something like that. And of course, when you get these, you have to twist for days to get some product up in that little sponge area. It just takes a little bit of patience and a whole lot of twisting. So shall I tell you a story while I'm doing this? Oh, there we go. We're getting some product right now. So I'm just going to go right in. I usually don't. I usually, put it on my finger or on the back of my hand or something. I remember this being pretty doggone good, and it was super popular a few years back. But you know what's really happened with the makeup industry is they've caught on. They've caught on with what works. And it used to be the formulas for some companies were really superior. Had a little bit on the end of my nose. Sorry about that. Go ahead and cover that up while I'm there. Well, everyone's kind of catching on of what works. And I think, it's a little less of a mystery than it used to be. So there's just a lot of products that are really great right now. And I think it just boils down to, how clean do you want your makeup? What companies do you feel good about? What color palettes really work for you and who has those color palettes. Okay, so here's the under eye concealer, and I've tapped it in pretty good. I took my mirror and looked up close. I ended up with a little bit of peeling of the product at the corner of my eyes. But I think it had more to do with my skincare than with the product because I put a lot of skincare on this morning. So probably the skincare was the problem there. This is the product that I'm really excited about because I saw Mel C do a review of this product. She actually tried it on. It looked beautiful on her skin. And I'll have that video in her channel listed down below. I think it was like trying 5 new drugstore products or something along the lines. This is the L'Oreal Lumi Lay Glow Tint. I think it's kind of, their perception is it's kind of a combination between a skin tint and a foundation, something sort of in the middle. But when Mel put it on, it really gave this filter to her skin. It was very light, but it gave a filter to the skin, and they can do a lot with light reflectivity now in products like this to really give your skin a great look. So I'm excited about this. So I picked this up in color 110. These are blue light glasses, which is why they're sparkling blue at you. I'm just going to go ahead and put this on with my fingers, which is rare for me because I'm not a finger person. But when Mel did it, she did both a sponge and her fingers, and the fingers look a whole lot better. Wow, that is light. So here's the product right there. And I'll go ahead and start. You know, I got the lighter because it's easier to warm up your face if your foundation is too light than it is to lighten it up if the foundation is too dark. So that's why I chose this one. It's very glowy, which works for me. Okay, so here's the foundation. What do you guys think? You know, I think the color is probably a little light. If I was to purchase it again, I might get one shade a little bit darker, but I do like the finish a lot because we're moving into summer and I like really light makeup during the summer. I like lighter makeup overall in general, but this looks almost perfect for a quick application to kind of smooth out your skin tone without it looking heavy or cakey. I actually pulled my mirror up and looked at it up close. It looks pretty doggone good up close, and it really does kind of give a filter to your skin. So let me know what you guys think. Again, I got the 110, and I probably could have gone a little bit darker, but let's see how it looks when I have everything all together. It may end up looking just fine. I'm going to use the Milk Contour today just because it's super, super quick. This is the world's tiniest bronzer container. So I always just do this side of my forehead because you never see the other side because my hair is always there. And then a little bit on either side and then underneath my chin. And see how I have those little jowly things? Always like to hit it with that to kind of create a look that they're not there. Doesn't make them go away altogether, but it sure makes them look better. Stipple brush. This is an old, I think it's Real Techniques. I've had this for years. It's been out of the line for a long time. I don't think you need to pay a lot of money for a stipple brush. I think foundation brushes and eyeshadow brushes, they're worth, paying up a little bit, but stipple brushes, because it's not a very detailed or fine application, I don't think it's necessary. That foundation looks really pretty. At least it does in person. Let me know how it looks on the camera. Because when I look back at my videos when they're posted, the colors look different than they do in person. And oftentimes it'll show up more flaws in the makeup application on video than in person. Okay, so there's the bronzer. And there's one thing I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go in with my more skin tone Jodes Road pencil and see that vein right there on my face. This has popped up because my skin is thinner. Our skin gets thinner as you get older. That's why you end up having these little veins that show up. So I'm just going to hit it really lightly with this pencil and go over here and right there as well. Now I could have done that before the foundation application, but I forgot. This is going to work out just fine. So just a little bit to knock it back a little bit and then tap it in. Next up is the e.l.f. Putty Blush. And here's an interesting thing. The color is not on the packaging at all. So once you take it out of the container, you're lost. So I had to pull the container out of the trash. This is in the color Blush Pate. So Blush Pate from e.l.f. This is a cream blush, which is my wheelhouse right now. I'm really liking cream products. I don't know if that's going to be consistent, but definitely lately. So I'm just going to put a little bit on my blush brush right here and start putting it on. Not a real strong color payout, or maybe I just need to get down into the product a little bit more. You know how sometimes they'll have a film on the top? So maybe that's the thing. So this is sort of a peachy pink watermelon. It almost looks like a watermelon pink. Not straight pink, a little bit in there, a little bit of red. And remember, when you put your blush on, you can put on a little bit more than you think you're going to need, because as you're applying it, your skin is flushing up. That's why it looks really strong. When you first put it on and then 5 minutes later, you're like, where did my blush go? Well, it's that your skin had pinked up a little bit. It wasn't that you had too much blush on. So this is not a real strong color payout product. Just keep that in mind if you pick it up. So I'm going to go in with my sponge right now. I'm going to take the bottom end, not the top where I do my foundation, and I'm just going to press around the edges of that blush so it blends in more seamlessly with the rest of my makeup, and I don't have a line, you know, of demarcation where that blush is applied. Next up is another Lumi product from L'Oreal. This is a cream highlighter product, very, very similar to the one from Boom that I really, really love. So let's go ahead and swatch both of these. This is in, oh, I think it's Eclair. It is Pearl Eclat. And here it is right here. And you know, you twist it up at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and put it right in the middle of my hand. And then I'll take the boomstick over on the side. And here is the clay, and here's the boomstick. Okay, right away, this is oilier. This has a real oil finish to it. This is more of a cream finish. And you can see that's a warmer, creamier color. This is a cooler color. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about that oil finish on my skin. I don't know if it's going to soak in or how it's going to look, which is why we're trying it to see how it works. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little at the top of my cheeks and right in the front. You guys know I like me some glow. I'm going to go ahead and put it up here as well. So let's see how it feels. Yeah, it's an oilier finish, which is interesting. So there's the complexion so far. What do you guys think? I think for me, that blush is not quite hitting the mark, and I don't know if it's the color or the formulation of the product or what it is. I don't know. It just isn't working for me. But how does it look on the camera in the video? Let me know how that is. All right, so now we're going to move into the eyeshadow, and I went ahead and got one of the Revlon Color Stay cream eyeshadows, and this is in the color, you guys probably remember, I went shopping a couple of days ago, so it's not at the top of my mind. It looks like ombre. Is that right? No, it's caramel. It's caramel. I was reading something else. So this is the Revlon Cream Color Stay in caramel. Let me go ahead and put this on the back of my hand. I'll put it over here on the side. So it's really kind of a gold color right there. Well, kind of a sparkly caramel color. And I'm going to tap that in just with my fingers. I find with cream eyeshadow, it usually takes a few layers. I'll put on the first layer and sort of let that one dry and then maybe tap on another right along the lid. So now I'm going to go back just on the lid with a second coat and just work the rest of it up into the crease of my eye. And then what I like to do is take a brush. This is the BK Beauty 201 brush. And then I just really blend in that upper edge into my upper eyelid so that everything looks really smooth. Blending to me is the key for mature makeup because we've got so much else going on our faces. I've got wrinkles and crinkles and this and that and the other thing. And if I don't have blended makeup, it just adds to the confusion. So I like to make sure my makeup is blended really well. All right, so that's blended in. It went on pretty nicely. I like that color. I'm probably better with cooler tones, but I think it's a good neutral color that's really wearable for a lot of people. I'm going to do a little makeup setting now with my Kosas Cloud Set Powder. You can see I love this because I'm hitting pan. So I'm going to go underneath my eyes just really lightly. Across the bridge of my nose. This helps to cover up that dent I get in my nose from readers, which I have on my face all day. A little down in my chin and then up here a little bit. And then I'm going to take my sponge and just go back in and press all that in. Now I'm going to take my Hourglass. This is in dim light. Big fluffy brush. This is a rougher brush. It's the number 30. And I'm just going to go all over the face with that. And this has the same type of technology that that foundation does in that it has sort of a reflective filter that just puts a really nice finish. And I go over my eyes, everything, because I want it to just blend in to my whole face. Rougher eyelash curler. Revlon Color Stay. This is their black eyeliner, and this is what I'm using to tightline with. What I've found is as these get older and they get down, the formula gets a little drier, and it's harder to get it to tightline because it's not moist enough to really hit that skin area. So just keep that in mind if you're feeling frustrated because the pencil you've had for a few months is no longer going on as easily. It's generally because that stick inside has dried down and you just can't get it to, get on your skin. I have found that sometimes warming it up on the back of my hand works, but it doesn't work as well as a fresh pencil. This is the Ilia mascara. So there's the eye makeup. How's it looking for you guys? What do you think? We do have a new lip pencil. This is from Milani and it's Cafe au Lait. The reason I picked this up is I thought it was cool toned. It looked like it in the store, but I don't think it is. I think it has a warmer tone to it. There's that one lip liner, it's called Gongrage, that I really like. So this is the Cafe au Lait, and I thought this was going to be similar to the Gongrage, and it's not. I have a lot of these in my collection. It's kind of a neutral tone, so a little bit of a duplicate here. So there's the Cafe au Lait lip liner, and I'm going to use one of the City Lips. This is their new Plumping oil. This stuff is amazing, and I've been wearing it for my lipstick. Like I'll put a lip liner on like I just did, and then put this on. Has a very, very slight color. One of the reasons I like this so much is that if I'm out all day long, I don't have to worry about it traveling up to my lip lines because there's not a lot of color there. It's more neutral looking. So there's the lipstick. What do you guys think? So here we have the finished look. let's talk about this because I have some thoughts about the products we tried today. So let's start from the beginning. This Maybelline Eraser Concealer, I think, is an OG product, and I think it's really good, and I think it's worth the money. I had a little problem with it today because I had so much skincare on my skin, and I should have thought about that before I started. I do think this is a really good product. I have been using the Jouer concealer for, gosh, a long time now, and I like this too. So I think it's one of those kind of things where makeup companies, cosmetic companies have kind of figured it out. In other words, I don't know that you're going to get a whole lot better from a high-end product than you're going to get from a drugstore product, at least in this type of product. So love this, and I think it's worth the money. If you can find a good color match, I think you're golden with this one. The Lumi from L'Oreal, the Le Glow tint, love, love, love this. Don't love the color that I picked out, but I love this foundation. And one thing I do know is next week I'm going to be heading back to the Walmart when I'm in that part of town and get another color, a little bit darker color. I think the finish is beautiful. They have nailed it as far as having that filtered look. They're just reflecting light is all they're doing. So I think it's really pretty, and I love the fact that it's quick and it's super light. We're heading into summer. My guess is this is going to be my go-to. If I can get a color that really, really works, I'll keep you guys updated. This is in the color, what did I say, 110 warm, too light for me, but I think the finish is terrific. This e.l.f. Putty Blush, I don't know why I don't like it. I think that it looks a little uneven. I just don't like it. And to be honest with you, my Elia blushes, absolutely love these. Almost the same color, but so much better. It just looks modeled to me, and the color is not strong enough. I even like the Boomstick blushes a lot better. You can get these right off of Amazon, and they're not that expensive. This color right here, what is it? This is Rose Nude. This is beautiful for blush and for lipstick. So I think this is a better value. Even though this is going to be more expensive than this just does not look good in my opinion. And there we have it. The L'Oreal Lumi Le Glace, I don't really care for it. I don't think that it really, I don't know. I don't like that oily consistency. I like my highlighters to really give me a pop. I don't know that I have it. I think what you're looking at is really the foundation. This is kind of a fail for me. I don't think the product is really that good. If you use it and you love it, tell us down in the comments. My opinion is that the Boom Stick, the highlighter stick, this thing is golden. I love this. Much cooler of a tone, and I like the creamy consistency. This is not oily, so like the Boomstick better on that. The eyeshadow, I actually do like it. I think it's a very pretty neutral color. I think that will work for a lot of people. Again, this is the Revlon Color Stay. What I wish about this, at least in the store that I was in, they did not have a large color range. So it was slim pickings, and if they do have a larger color range, that's great. I think these are nice. I'm not a fan of the glitter. I prefer a matte, but I think it's a good value, and I do like the color very much. The last thing was the lip liner. It's a lip liner. It's the same color. I've got 12 of those color lip liners over in my stash. I wish there were more cool tone lip liners like Gone Grayish, and I'll have that one listed down in the description box down below. It's the only really cool tone lip liner that I've found. If you know of other ones, tell us so that we can add to our collection. That's what I have for you today. I hope you had fun. If you did, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. You guys know it just tickles me when you take a few minutes out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Again, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything beauty, fitness, and lifestyle for the over 50 and over 60 woman. Make it a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.